And Lance, you are one cool badass. Nobody can shoot a stare like you. But do people freak out when they meet you and realize that you're not as scary as Royals?
He's scarier.
Wait, what do you mean? It can't be. I mean, this is the fans here. You can't say that stuff out loud. Which is funny because someone just said that the other day. I mean, people are always surprised when they see me smile. You guys, you can't go out in the world and tell them this stuff. But yeah, people really are surprised because, you know, when you're in people's living rooms and week after week, year after year, and it's a particular way, they think you're that guy.
I think that you live in a trench coat.
Well,
Like he does.
Actually, I'm not in a trench coat that often. But yeah.
And can I just say one quick story about Lance? When we got here, I thought I was going to do my hair different. It was going to be my disguise for Comic-Con. And Lance is wearing a Breaking Bad hat. And he thought that was going to be his disguise for Comic-Con. So I'm walking behind him. He's like, they're just going to think I'm a fan. And so...
I'm sorry.
And so all these people swarm him, and I walk by and I wave to him as I got on the elevator, and I just want him to know that he is the tallest, darkest, handsomest man at Comic-Con.
You know my mother told me to say that.
All right, Josh, you came to us as... Yeah, go ahead, Josh. You came to us as like a slightly more grown-up Casey. And over the last 5 seasons, or about 5 years, you have proven to be true leading man material.
Your checks, man.
What have you learned about yourself from playing Peter?
About myself, I don't know. I would like to aspire to the nobility that Peter has developed over the course of the 5 years. I mean, I think the sacrifices that he's made for love and for family are on an epic scale. I don't know that I've got that in me quite yet. So I don't know how much I've learned about myself, but I certainly have had, it's been a great joy, particularly with John, to go from being the son to the father figure back to being the son, and now figuring out how we're going to end this this relationship between these two men. I don't know how much I've learned really about anything, but it's been the process has been a pleasure.
All right, and Anna, you came to us as most of us as a stranger, and then boom, you will always be our Liv, always. The greatest lesson Olivia has taught you?
Oh God, I just do those enormous pauses and I'm sorry. That was just, you know, isn't that so funny? Because you play this character for ages and ages and you hear the name all the time, blah, 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 but when you called me Olive, then my heart melted. It's like being called Annie, like my mom calling me Annie or something. So I must feel attached. I don't know, the biggest lesson? I think it's to come, to tell you the truth. I think it's to come. I feel like I tell you what, that's what we need to teach Olivia to do. She's so
but even I didn't think it was going to go there. Sorry.
No, it's not her fault. You guys. Now, you saw me go like this and you kept doing it. Go on, darling, you tell me.
I don't know. Please, let's move on.
All right. All right, John. I think we'll miss you more. You all Scarecrow.
I can't even be the Christian.
No? All right. Like I said, I think we'll miss you most of all, Scarecrow. You have stolen our hearts. You have broken our hearts. You have mean nothing?
Not yet.
Are you prepared to say goodbye to this family?
You know, they are like a family, and I get sort of cross when anything happens to any of them, and defensive and angry, and so anyway, so we lose a cast member or something, I get really angry, and on a personal level. There's a shift. Take it all a bit personally, but they have become family, and I don't think you can work with a group of people for 5 years without developing a strong relationship. And we actually do have a very... I get the sense that the group of people I work with would have each other's back. It's true of many things. Even though we may disagree on many things at times, and we do, of course. But I just sense a real sense of solidarity. I love that, and I don't think that'll go away anyway. Was it the question, or do you want to ask me what I've learned from Walter? Well, I've learned to come to work every day, to turn up. It's a golden moment.
Yeah, you really got my back, John. Yeah, you really got it. Thanks, buddy.
Well, hang about. Anna, Oliver.
Oh, yeah. See, it's all bad, Anna.
What we've learned, hang on, I'm finished. What we've learned, and this is a bit soppy, but what we've learned is about the power of love in this story. And the thing that holds Fringe together is the power of love. Because it's between all of the characters there is developed genuine love. And that's, I'm sure that's why you guys have followed it through. You know, the love between the father and the son, the love between Peter and Olivia, the wonderful bonds that have existed between these people that have to work together. Because that's what we associate with. So through all of the science fiction, all the great sort of hurdles that we've gone through, it's that love factor that's kept us going. And will give us a brilliant final chapter. You can't hear me. You're right in the car park.
We can't see you.
Alright, so speaking of love, Josh and Anna, this couple, we have watched.
Yeah.
Josh and Anna, we had watched these two dance around, flip universes, trade bodies.
Yeah. It's your typical boy meets girl, boy crosses universe, girl goes to other universe, boy sleeps with her doppelganger story.
Go get straight.
It's told over and over again.
Yeah, exactly. Doppelganger gets pregnant, has baby too fast, baby gets knocked out by interdimensional war, new baby is born, lost to future, finds dad, searching for mom. Sorry.
Got the blurb for the DVD box.
Yeah. Sorry, not giving away too much? No, but I think we need a raise. That's pretty good.
But what do you think, without spoiling anything? Do you know, at least, if these two will get their happily ever after?
We will. I don't think he asked you, Mr. Wyman.
No.
You can't give anything away. This will just stay between us, right? I think that these two will get the final chapter of their story.
Wow, okay. Anna?
I concur.
I mean, you know, the fun part of it is, and we're not to just be producery, but the fun part of watching the show and making the show is the process of discovery. This is why, more or less, we always try to stay away from spoiling things, not because we're trying to tease you, but because it's much more fun to watch it week to week. Like, speaking of Breaking Bad, one of our DPs from the first season of Fringe is on Breaking Bad. I love that show with like a really, probably overly intense passion. Stalkery. And I refuse to talk to him during the season or email him because I don't want to know, because I want to be able to discover it for myself. And so I think that story and all of these stories are coming to some version of a conclusion, and frankly, you know, the characters don't end when the show ends, but we'll tell our final chapter of the on-air story, and that's what this season will be. It's our last journey together.
Okay, so going down